Well, Lee, last night I was hearing some very good news. Great news for all Newcastle fans. The best news we've heard for some time. Geremi might be leaving Newcastle for money, for a fee.
Can't believe it.
But then today, people are saying it might not happen. Geremi himself may be saying it might not be happening. I mean, ain't so they say. Tell me he's going, please.
Well, by the look of it looks as usual, shrouded in controversy and mystery again. I mean, Newcastle are denying it at the moment that the deal's gone through, but then on the other side of the spectrum, on the official website of the team with the name I can't pronounce, all I can tell you is Darius Vassell plays for them as well. Basically on their website there's a picture of him shaking hands with the president with the big club crest in the background. So
Camera never lies.
Yeah, for me that's done deal. But
yeah, you'd hope so. And if they've got any money for him, it'll be one of the deals of the decade. I mean, you saw plenty of Geremi yourself, being on and off.
Yeah.
What was your last memory of him? I believe it was at Scunthorpe, and what happened down there?
Yeah, one of the few players I've actually seen clear a ball out the stadium.
And pretty close range as well.
Yeah, and it caused more trouble to the sort of trains going past on the hill there at Scunthorpe than the goalkeeper. So yeah, that was my last memory of him, and unfortunately it looks like it's going to be a sort of final memory of him.
Absolutely. Well, he's a bad signing. I don't think many people were particularly excited when he arrived. I think it became clear quite early on that his best days were long behind him. To get any money for him at all would be a fantastic deal. Let's just hope Newcastle can clear up the mystery and the mess and tell us he has gone, because it might give Chris Hughton, a bit more cash to play with in January for Jermaine Beckford or whoever else. I mean, what's your views on Beckford now? I mean, obviously he's probably put $500,000 or more on his transfer value as a result of yesterday's goal. Certainly Leeds will probably look at it that way. I mean, if you're talking about the fee for Beckford going over $2 million, do you think that's value for money for a player in a third tier?
Well, I think you've got to look at it on sort of two levels. I mean, first and foremost, he's a player that Newcastle can sign for free in the summer, or anyone can sign for free. So if Newcastle, have anything about them, then surely you don't toss $3 million away to for someone you get for nothing. The other point you make about the level that he's playing at, he is 26. Yeah, he is playing in the third division, and I just think that I think these days they say players that are 22 are more or less, if you haven't made it by then you're in trouble. Well, 26 is a completely different situation. So I hope that Newcastle aren't held at ransom over that one. I think it'd be a decent sign if we were a club that was trying to get the playoffs around the Championship, but the reality is, we're top of the table and we've just got to get them 12 wins that we need and hopefully push on from there. Yeah,
I guess 2 goalless draws in a row doesn't help when it comes to sort of taking a nice sober view of strikers that are on the market. Maybe there is that sort of tendency to possibly reach for the panic button when you've had 2 goalless draws in a row. Saturday was your atypical goalless draw. It was dull, it was dour. I mean, Newcastle were dogged, but about the best thing that happened all day was us getting on the Kevin Keegan flight down to the tie.
We could have done with Kevin Keegan down at home park.
Absolutely,
I think, just someone with a bit of conviction in front of goal, because, as you say, it was sadly lacking, wasn't it? Throughout the game. I mean, Fabrice Pancrate had a couple of really good chances in the first half. I mean, the first one, Ryan Taylor's whipped that crossing, and
didn't make contact, did he?
No, that was a shocking miss. And the other one where the shot actually was his first touch.
Yeah, it would have been better actually going for the volley rather than the first touch.
And I think that just summed it up. And Nicky Butt, he hit the bar at the end, but really, I think Plymouth would have felt a little bit. Although they didn't contribute anything to the game hardly, I think they probably deserved the replay because they gave it a go and they are struggling.
Yeah, I mean, the one encouraging thing for me was that that there is another team in the Championship. It's a team that's reasonably in form. They had a couple of wins on the bounce, and yet they were pretty awful. With all due respect to John Carver, who's a coach we both know well and we've both got a hell of a lot of time for. He's only been there 5 minutes, so they weren't very good, and that suggests to me that there's not going to be that many times during the rest of the season when Newcastle are going to go to a Championship away ground and fear anybody. It was a bit of a reality check as to the standard of the Championship. Just one more point on Geremi, Lee. I'm just wondering whether his birth certificate might have gone missing.
Well, that could be
you never know, do you?